Alright, so tips and tricks, I guess. Things like the things that they didn't teach me when I first started playing League was things like animation canceling and stuff. Like if you'll notice when I queue, I can auto like almost directly after. Like, oh, I wish I had mana for it. That and the fact that things like CS are worth way more than kills like 90% of the time. Um, like you'll see people just going and doing dragon when they have no fucking priority over it whatsoever. Like there will be like a man down in the bot lane and our top laner has no TP and he's probably bronze, so he doesn't know how to TP to us anyways. Like when we're doing drag in case someone shows up. Um, and instead of getting the CS that is pushed all the way to the turret here, just getting smashed and just wasting gold, experience, and time, and giving the enemy laner a massive advantage over you. They're just there doing dragon, which is taking for fucking ever. And like, I mean, I get it. It's an infernal. Like, you're gonna want to try for that at least. But I'd rather just, if I was a ADC or like Ezreal or something, I'd just like come over here, I'd ward it, and while the enemy team's doing it, just take a pop shot at it, maybe even ult it, you know, and hope that the more than likely terrible fucking enemy jungler is just gonna like miss smite it or think that he doesn't have to smite it and not have a ward behind the pit. That should happen so much. Like I steal barons and crap on that all the time. Speaking of jungling, but what else? So another thing, A clicking, or it's under your it's under your settings. Let's see, where is it? Game. Oh, hotkeys. Okay, where is it for player movement, right? A, right here. Player attack move. That is such a big deal. I use it on my tanks. I use it on everything. I kite with it. Um, yeah, without it, you're pretty much gonna be garbage at this game until you figure out how to use it properly. You A click and then move, A click, move. So you're basically gonna start auto attacking whatever's closest to that cursor right there. Like, see, oh my god, I'll A click here, but I'm not gonna attack anything. But as soon as one of these gets in range, I auto attack it. So here it is. So like, I'm gonna A click here and take my hand off the mouse. Whatever I come to first it's gonna auto attack. Wait, or actually, I have it set to whatever's closest to my cursor. So I fucked that up really bad. So whatever's closest to my cursor there. I guess it's personal preference. I have mine set this way so that I can actually last hit while A clicking. Yeah, so like CS always takes priority over dumb fights and like helping your bronze ass teammates. Like, they're garbage. Do not expect them to ever make the correct decision. If they're pinging at you and saying, "What are you fucking doing? Like, why aren't you coming to help me?" and stuff like that, and your answer should honestly be, because you're bad, and then / mute all, because these guys are fucking terrible, and they're not gonna carry you. That was my biggest mistake, actually, starting out in this game, is the misconception that if I actually help my team, they will carry me. And they will not, because I was a support main. I still am. I love Thresh. I love Leona. I love playing a support champion because I get to strategize more than anything. And that is like my favorite thing about League of Legends, actually, is the ability to actually strategize and like have your team kind of like rally behind your decisions, and like you just you make a thing. It's like your little Frankenstein or whatever, and then when it comes to fruition, it's fucking awesome to watch the enemy teams just get destroyed by your good decision making, I guess. So that's that. But another thing, split pushing. Speaking of teammates pinging at you and saying, "Why the fuck aren't you here?" It's very effective, very effective. And especially low elos, because they do not know how to counter it. And if they do counter it, they're gonna do it wrong. I promise. Like, well, I can't say I promise on that because some people they counter it correctly on accident. Like they'll actually just send 3 people top lane to or bot lane or wherever you're at to stop you. But 9 times out of 10, they're gonna send their whole team up there and try to stop you without like having anything to clear the waves. On like say they have their turrets here and like my waves are pushed in. They're gonna send 5 people top lane here to stop my split push, and that's gonna completely leave these 2 lanes open to just basically lose all their CS and it's just they don't know how to respond to split pushing correctly. Do not listen to your teammates when they start pinging. Why aren't you here? You lost us this fight. No, you just played it incorrectly because while I was split pushing you fucking like. You tried to actually take a 4v5, which you know is disadvantages, or like you don't have the advantage on that. So, yeah, split pushing is really good. You just kind of have to ignore your crying teammates. They'll eventually just kind of give up, hopefully. And you can win the game single-handedly by taking their nexus, like, just by yourself, making good decisions. Which League of Legends it's just a game of fucking decisions, really. And whoever makes the best ones wins, you know. So, that's that. I'll see how well this video is turning out.